Have you ever noticed something strange about the way you spend money? You go out to buy one thing, just one simple thing, and somehow you come back spending way more than you planned. Not a little more, a lot more. Maybe it starts with something small, like upgrading your phone. You tell yourself, I need this. It'll make my life easier. And honestly, that sounds reasonable. But then, something unexpected happens. That one purchase doesn't stay just one purchase. It slowly begins to change everything around it. Your old accessories don't feel right anymore. Your habits start shifting. Even the way you see yourself begins to change. And before you realize it, you're not just spending money, you're upgrading your entire lifestyle, piece by piece, without ever planning to. So the question is, why does this happen? Are we just bad with money? Or is there something deeper going on here? Because this doesn't just happen to you. It happens to almost everyone. Even people who are smart, disciplined, and financially aware. And the truth is, this isn't random. This is a pattern, a psychological loop that quietly controls the way we spend. And it has a name, the Diderot effect. Now, once you understand this, you'll start seeing it everywhere. In your own life, in other people's lives, and even in the way companies design their products. And more importantly, you'll finally understand why it feels so hard to stop spending. Now, let me show you how this actually plays out. Imagine this. You move into a new apartment. At first, it's simple. Just the basics. A bed, a table, maybe an old couch. It's not perfect, but it works. You're comfortable. Then one day, you decide to upgrade just one thing. You buy a beautiful, modern sofa. It looks clean, expensive, perfect, and suddenly, everything else in the room feels off. The old table doesn't match anymore. The lighting feels dull. The rug looks cheap. Now, here's where it starts. You tell yourself, I'll just fix this one thing. So you replace the table, then the lighting, then the rug, then the wall art, and before you even realize it, you've redesigned the entire apartment. And it didn't feel like a big decision. It felt like a series of small, logical upgrades. But together, they added up to something massive. That's the Diderot effect in action. One upgrade creates a mismatch, and your brain hates that mismatch. So it pushes you to fix it again and again and again until everything feels aligned. But by then, you've spent way more than you ever intended. And here's the deeper part. This isn't really about furniture, or phones, or clothes. It's about identity. Every time you upgrade something, you slightly upgrade how you see yourself. And once that identity shifts, your brain starts asking, do the rest of my choices match this new version of me? If the answer is no, you feel uncomfortable. And that discomfort leads to more spending, not because you need those things, but because you want everything to feel consistent. And this is exactly why people who earn more money don't always save more money. Because as income increases, so does lifestyle, and the cycle continues. So how do you break this? First, you have to slow down your upgrades, because every upgrade has hidden costs attached to it. Second, you have to become aware of the chain reaction. Not just the price of the item, but the price of everything it will lead to. And third, you have to separate your identity from the things you own. Because the moment your identity depends on your lifestyle, your spending will never stop. So next time you feel like upgrading something, pause and ask yourself, am I buying this because I need it? Or because I'm trying to become someone else? Because that one decision might not just cost you money, it might start a chain reaction that's very hard to stop. If this made you think, like the video and subscribe, because understanding money is not about how much you make. It's about how well you control what you spend.